Hey coaches, welcome again to another season of spring volleyball. We really appreciate all of you signing up to help us coach. Like we always say, we can never get this program going or these sports going without volunteers that help us out every year. So really appreciate you guys, and we look forward to this season. All right, coaches, your spring volleyball season is going to begin on May 9th, and it will end on June 16th. So be prepared. About a month and a week, we'll have maybe a day there where we don't play on Memorial Day. But other than that, that's when the season will end on June 16th. Kids Incorporated is going to check out 2 balls to you. Please return those balls immediately after the season. The more we can get balls turned in, the less we have to buy every season, and that way we can keep you guys furnished with 2 balls every year. You must wear your assigned t-shirt while you're playing in any of these grades. Let's make sure you have your kids signed up on the roster, sign the waiver, and have their shirt ready to play. Accessories of any kind are not permitted, although exception of some plain bobby pins. If there's any questions on any of that jewelry, just let us know and we can maybe answer your questions if there is some kind of exception. Hard or plaster casts, if you got a kid that's hurt out there and has a cast on, let's not have them out there. We don't want somebody to accidentally get hurt or them to get hurt worse. Knee pads are required in these leagues, no matter what grade you're in. Let's make sure the kids have their knee pads on so they're not scraping their knees or busting their knees on the floor. All right, and remember guys, as you coaches, we do appreciate you volunteering, but let's make sure that we're responsible for all the children that's in your care during this season. Let's maintain an adequate level of discipline for your team, and your conduct and control of their team, your team and your spectators. Make sure we're having some respect and good sportsmanship out there. Ensure that minimum playing time is met for all your players. We want to make it fair for this as a recreational program, so let's make it fair. And any coaches you have out there working with you, let's make sure they're listed on the roster and they have a background check on file. No background check means that they cannot be on the sideline. So if you're going to miss any games or if you're going to have a coach with you on the sideline, it is very imperative that we get those backgrounds turned in for everyone. If any head coaches or assistant coaches violate any Kids Incorporated playing rules or directives, we'll talk about it. We'll might reach out to you, but let's just make sure we're doing the right thing for our kids and for the program. No profane, obscene, abusive, degrading language. Everybody's, sometimes they have maybe a question for the refs. That's okay. Just ask a ref a question, but let's not cross the line of making that degrading or abusive in any way. Don't handle a child in aggressive or abusive manner. Let's make sure we're treating all the kids with respect and having a good time, because we want this to be a great experience for all the kids. Anything that doesn't mean that a coach can't question a call or talk to their team or coach their team. Let's just keep it behind the line and make sure that we're doing very good on that. No use of alcohols, drugs, or tobacco are allowed in any gyms that we use or attending any kids event. And never permit an ineligible player to enter a game. If there's someone not on your roster and you're short people or something, don't stick a player in there that hasn't signed the waiver or part of your roster. And last but not least, just like we've talked before, let's always use good sportsmanship and make this a great experience for the kids. So we're going to go over a few specific rules here for the grade levels. In 2nd grade, all players must play in at least half the match. The serving area is going to be 15 feet inside the volleyball court line. The net height is going to be 6 feet 6 inches. Each match will consist of 3 sets. They will not play 2 out of 3. They will play 3 sets, regardless if it's 3-0 or 2-1. Each set will conclude 15 minutes of play with the running clock, or once a team reaches 25 points, whichever comes first. So it's 15 minutes running clock or 25 points. Time limit for all the matches is 60 minutes. So to get the whole match in for those 3 games is 60 minutes. You will be allowed 1 30-second timeout per set. The clock will stop on that. And team must have 6 players to have a legal team. Substitutions will be made at the center back position only. We're not going to be subbing on the front line or anything, just sub in a rotating manner. Each server will serve 3 consecutive serves, regardless of whether the serve goes over their net or not, so they will get 3 serves. Players may use either the overhand or underhand serving method. If a serve hit the net, goes over, and is not played, the service will be awarded a point. So that's just like volleyball, the net. If it hits the net, it's still good as long as it goes over the net. Players do not have to receive the serve in a forearm pass, but it should be taught in practice because eventually they will have to learn to do it right. but they can return a serve with the two hands, but let's try to teach them to do it with the forearm pass. We'll have one referee at each match. Remember, the official is there just to help us out, help us run this program, because we can't do it without them, just like we can't do it without you guys. If there's no clock, the official will keep the clock themselves. And each team, coaches, please help us out and get one linesman and one scorekeeper for each game. They must be 18 years or older, and they must sit together as far as scorekeepers to keep, so there wouldn't be any confusion on points. All sets will be played to 25 points. Rally scoring will be used. It's a point is awarded to the serving team or the receiving team, depending on the result of play. And you do not have to win by 2 points. So if it's 25-24, that's the game. We're not going to go to 2-point margin to win, as with the higher levels and with the high school and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So let's move on to 3rd grade and 4th grade rules. There's a few different things here. Also here in 3rd and 4th grade, all players must also play in at least half the match. The serving area for 3rd grade is 15 feet inside the volleyball court line, same as 2nd. The serving area for the 4th grade league is 10 feet inside the volleyball court line, so it's a 5-foot difference for the older 4th graders. The net height is still 6 feet 6 inches, still 3 sets, and teams that will not play 2 out of 3, it will be 3 sets regardless, just like the 2nd grade. Time limit is 15 minutes with the running clock. Time limit for all matches is 60 minutes. Each team will be allowed one 30-second timeout, same as 2nd grade. A server may not serve more than 3 consecutive successful serves. After 3 consecutive successful serves, the result is a side out. So we're not going to have a server just serve 10 in a row and the team having trouble getting it across list. We're going to do 3 is the limit, and then we're going to change over to a new team serving. Once again, front row players cannot attack the serve. If they serve over the net, you can't have a player jump up and block the serve. It has to go over. And once again, we'll have one official for each match. And once again, same as the other grades, we will have to have one volunteer for a linesman and one for a scorekeeper, and we'll put those make sure those scorekeepers are together just like the other one. All sets will be played to 25 points with a cap of 27 points. So if a team is not ahead, we will play the 2-point rule in this league for the 3rd and 4th grade. But if it gets up to 27 points, then 27-26 will win the game. So as long as they get to 27 points, that will be the end of the game. If a team is ahead by 1 point and time expires, the match will continue until the team wins by 2 points or has reached the cap of 27. So how that scenario would work out, it would be 20-19. Time runs out, then they would have to get to 21-19, but the most we could go is 27 points. So they would have to get ahead by 2 points to win the game. Now for our 5th grade through 8th grade rules, all players must once again play in at least half the match. The serving area is from the back line of the volleyball court, so they will be playing the official line where they will serve from. And every player should have the opportunity to serve during the match. They will have to serve because we're going to substitute in the middle set. The net height for the 5th grade league is 6 feet 6 inches also. The net height for the 6th to 8th grade league is 7 feet. Each match will consist of 3 complete sets, same as the others. Teams will not play best 2 out of 3. It'll be 3 sets regardless. Each team will also be allowed a 30-second timeout per set. Substitutions shall be made on position player basis only at the 10-foot line in front of the bench. No lineups are required. So just like you see in the middle schools and the high schools, that's where you will do your substitution. No lineups are required. And once again, you don't have to receive the serve with your forearm pass, but it should be taught in practice. Hopefully we're teaching them the right way. And front row players may not attack the serve in this league either. We will have one official provided for this match again, and we'll also need a volunteer for a linesman and a scorekeeper in these grades also for the 5th through 8th. All sets will be played to 25 points with a cap of 27 points. That's if the time doesn't run out. It's a 15-minute time limit before that. Before time has expired, if one team is not ahead by 2 points, when they reach 25 points, the first team to 27 points wins. After time has expired, a team must win by 2 points regardless if they have reached 25 points or reached the cap of 27 points first. So what this, coaches, you can find these rules in our on our website, Kids Inc. and look under volleyball, spring volleyball rules, and all these rules are in there. So really the only difference in the grade levels are the distance from the serving site and also the net size for the 5th through 8th. So other than that, I hope you have a good season. Thank you again for volunteering. We really appreciate you. Can't continue to do it, and hope you have a great season. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Jerry Branch, or anyone in our office, and we can sure help you. Thank you.